We're back here at the Tulsa Arms Show. I'm with Jim Sapika, director of the National Firearms Museum. Jim, we've come out here because you get here the best of the best here at the Tulsa Arms Show, and we're joined by a familiar face, Neil Gutterman. And what do we have here, gentlemen?
Neil and Julia always have great material on display. And when I came in, Neil said I've got something under the table I got to show you. And when we pulled this out, my jaw just dropped. Neil, tell us about this remarkable gun.
Well, it's a world-class revolving rifle. It's made by, he calls himself the Lion of Paris. And the man made guns for Napoleon, and he made guns for the King of France. He worked out of Versailles, and he worked out of Paris in the late 1820s, early 1830s. And it's a very early example of a percussion rifle.
And Jim, can you tell us a little bit about how that operates? It's
well, an interesting thing about this revolving rifle is it predates the Colt revolvers.
Oh, by years.
It's a manually rotated
Yes.
cylinder. And so you would release it by pulling down on the trigger guard.
Yes.
Is that how it releases? And then you would rotate the chamber in line to fire. And there's a loading port. May I turn the gun?
Go right ahead.
There is a loading port on this side that you would load the charge through. Each of the chambers is numbered. Go right ahead. So being a percussion arm, you'd pour your powder and your ball down there. This is rifled, correct?
Yes.
And then your rammer.
Micro-groove rifle.
Little ramrod right there. And it's an exceptional gun in terms of design, but also, and quality of workmanship is exceptional. But the other thing about this gun is the condition.
Yeah, it's virtually brand new. It's unfired. I think this was one of his showpieces.
It had to be. The beautiful engraving. The Damascus pattern on this barrel is just exceptional, and you do see that on the older barrels, and it is a process of making the barrel by literally twisting the wires of steel around a cylinder to make the barrel. It has the swamped barrel, which means it's flared slightly at the muzzle end, and it looks like it was made yesterday. The beautiful gold inlay on it, perfectly done, and not an easy thing to do. So this is legitimately a masterpiece of the gun maker's art. Beautiful case coloring remaining on the trigger guard and the butt plate. Wonderful carving on the stock. Is it fair to ask what you think a gun like this is worth?
Oh, $30,000 to $40,000.
I would think so. I would think so.
Another interesting thing, I think the treatment between the cylinders is very nice.
I've never seen that. Yeah, I've never seen that, and that is just exceptional level of decoration. You just don't see that, so it's a real treat to get to see this.
Okay.
Neil, thank you so much for you really, you had quite a surprise for us.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
I've got a vault full of surprises.
That's why we love to see you every time we're here. Another amazing edition of the Curator's Corner right here at Wanamaker's Tulsa's Arms Show. We'll be back next week with more.